everyone, it's Arted by Alice, and in today's video I'll be once again helping you get better at drawing.
Alice, I can't draw with color pencils for the life of me. Please teach me.
Grab those pencils and follow along. And you better follow because I have a really cool beginner guide art series coming up. Hello everyone, it's Arted by Alice, and this is another video to help you get better at drawing. Whether you're a complete beginner or not, this video will be helpful. So go grab your color pencils right now, I'll wait. And follow along. In color pencils, there are three main concepts: the color itself, strokes, and pressure. The harder you press, the darker the color will be. Hatches can also be different. The closer you put them to each other, the darker the color will be. And then there is something I call whimsy hatches, which is basically making hatches in totally different shapes, like swirls or stars, even flowers or hearts, anything you want. That way you can achieve fun and unique textures for your art. And it follows the same concept: the closer you put them towards each other, the darker and more saturated the color will be. And you can also vary them in sizes. Now let's see how we can use that to blend different colors together. Pressure blend is basically when you overlap different colors by applying less pressure in place where they overlap, if that makes sense. That way you usually would get this really nice smooth gradient. And it's my personal favorite way to blend. Another way of blending colors is overlapping hatches. You can do that by gradually increasing the spacing between the hatches when they come towards the second color, and then with the second color do the same but in the opposite direction. And then whimsy hatch blend is the same thing but just using those fun shapes instead of your regular hatches. And it always just turns out looking magical. I love it. Oh, I almost forgot about cross hatching. It's basically when you overlap hatches in different directions. You can use that to just blend the colors together or to follow the shape of whatever 3D object you're drawing. Or both. Anyways, that's enough for the theory. Now let's get to practice. Let's try to draw the same apple 3 times using 3 different techniques each time. For the first one, we'll only be relying on pressure. As you can see, I started with a very light layer of color and then worked my way up by applying more pressure to achieve darker colors. I add different colors and shades and mix them using the pressure blend. I use watercolor based pencils so they are erasable. And I sometimes use the eraser for highlights like I did in this case. And it gives me this realistic, yummy, scrumptious, juicy apple. Now let's try out the second technique, which is hatching. The key trick here is that your hatches need to follow the shape of the object that you're drawing. So try to imagine like you're wrapping that object with the hatches. Because if you draw the hatches in totally random directions, not following the shape of the object, then it will just turn out looking flat. You can also try to draw the hatches with different pressure to achieve different shades of color. Normally, I don't make entire drawings with just the hatching method. I only add a little bit of hatches on top of my regular pressure blended drawings to make them more fun, just like I did with this mountain lion here. Either way, I think fully hatched drawings turn out really cool. Moving on to the third and final technique, whimsy hatching. And once again, I'll be using the same sketch, the same colors, everything, but just a different coloring technique. I start with just a few medium-sized stars of the base color, and then I made the yellow stars a bit bigger to appear lighter, because I needed to have a highlight over there. And then with the darker red stars that I needed for shading, I made them a bit smaller and a bit more cluttered. That way, there's less white spacing, and then the color appears darker and more saturated. I then went in with a full another layer of all the colors to make the apple a bit darker overall, because I felt like there was still too much white spacing. That's why I think whimsy hatching is suitable for more of an abstract art. You could definitely do some really cool magical looking illustrations with it. And the third apple is complete. If you've been following along, you by now have this very helpful cheat sheet. And if you'd like to learn how to use color pencils to make realistic and beautiful colorful art like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, then you should definitely check out these 2 videos that I made. The first one is a hack that I use to sketch accurately, and the other is how I always know which colors to use where and how they work together. I hope you found this video helpful. You can send your results to my Instagram and I will post it on my story and tag you.
This was Arted by Alice. Bye!
I can finally draw now!
Alice, I can't draw with color pencils for the life of me. Please teach me. Alice, I can't draw with color pencils for the life of me.
Миша! Миш, ну хорошо. Давай. Ready? Давай.
Да что ж вы делаете?